everybody. As we all know, there are many individuals who have contributed significantly to deaf culture. But today we would like to draw your attention to two men who have not only contributed to the culture, but have overcome obstacles that others have set for them because they are deaf. The first man we would like to introduce is Dr. Paddy Ladd. Dr. Paddy Ladd is a deaf scholar, author, activist, and researcher of deaf culture. He was born deaf and was mainstreamed. He said that throughout this time, he was told that he was not a deaf child, but was just a hearing child who simply couldn't hear. At age 22, he finally found the deaf culture and realized that this was the culture to which he truly belonged. Once immersed into the deaf world, Paddy Ladd became what many would call a true pioneer. He initiated deaf television programming in Britain in the 1980s, worked as the first deaf presenter of BBC Television's See Here, and created the world's first sign language pop video, and devised the first master's course in deaf culture. Among some of his most well-known accomplishments was founding the London Deaf Video Project, which was an avenue for deaf people to be informed about government information. The project also helped in teaching the deaf how to use video recording to make their views known. Also, he coined the term deafhood in his book, Understanding Deaf Culture, In Search of Deafhood. This term is widely used in the deaf community in place of deafness. Ladd said that deafness came with a negative connotation, that being deaf is some sort of deficit or disability, whereas deafhood refers to sign language and deaf culture. Dr. Paddy Ladd has fought for and continues to fight for the rights of the deaf community and how they are viewed by the hearing world. He is an advocate for the deaf and tries to help hearing people understand that being deaf is not a disability, but just a different culture and a different way of life. Ladd wants the world to appreciate those who are deaf for what they can do, not for what they can't.
The second individual who has influenced deaf culture is Chuck Baird. Chuck Baird was born deaf in Kansas City in 1947. He was brought up culturally deaf. He attended Kansas School for the Deaf, Gallaudet University, and Rochester Institute of Technology. Chuck Baird wore many hats. Upon graduating from RIT, he got a job with the National Theater of the Deaf painting sets. He also worked with Deaf Media on their PBS series Rainbow's End, which was a television show aimed at deaf children. Chuck Baird found his niche in painting. His first exhibition was the Deaf Artists Exhibit, World Federation of the Deaf Conference in 1975. Many of Chuck's art pieces were painted with the DeVia Manifesto in mind. DeVia stands for Deaf View Image Art. DeVia art is artwork that contains a message about deaf life and expresses cultural or physical deaf experiences. Chuck created many artworks, many of which related to deaf culture and some that did not. One of his well-known paintings is a mural he painted called The 5 Panels, Deaf Experiences, which is on display in the cafeteria at Gallaudet. In the mural, a child signs, "Are you deaf?" and an adult signs, "Deaf, like you." And here we have one of Chuck's original paintbrushes that he used for many of his artworks. Because of his contribution to the Davia art movement, many deaf people have been inspired by his artwork. Though Chuck Baird has passed on, his accomplishments and passion for art live on through the Chuck Baird Foundation for Visual Arts, which promotes deaf artists.